At about the same time, the SS Obergruppenführer Oswald Paul officially defined the economic role of the camps with a charter called Extermination by Work. The Third Reich was facing quite insurmountable problems of manpower. On one side, Kittel had a huge deficit in armed forces due to heavy losses on all fronts. He needed more than 1 million men each year. On the other side, Sauckel needed more workers for his factories to replace those now in the army. The exterminations are thus slowed down, so as to get maximum use of any potentially productive workforces. The SS invent the selection process.
Auschwitz
had a characteristic which was different from the other concentration camps, in that the Jewish convoys, and later also the gypsy ones, the arriving prisoners were submitted to a selection process. People arriving were divided into groups, men on the left, women and children on the right, and in each group there was a selection according to the age, the trade, the physical features. But we certainly couldn't appreciate the criteria applied, as it was the first time we were experiencing a selection. And in the men's group, the fittest ones, the ones most capable of producing quality manpower, were sent into the camp, registered, tattooed, and subjected to the life of an ordinary concentration camp. And as for the women, the same thing, although the selection was even more ruthless on the women's side.
More and more Jews were rounded up. Millions of men, women and children, all wearing the yellow star, were deported.
I was 21 in 1943. I had a brother who was a medical student, 2 years older than me, and who was involved in obtaining false ration books, ration tickets, documents, and money for Jewish children in hiding. And so I helped my brother to hide, keeping the documents with me for 2 or 3 days and so on. When I say with me, it's because I was arrested at home one night, which was the night of the 3rd to the 4th of September. We were taken away in lorries to Malines, where there were some old barracks, which had been transformed into a passage center, a transit camp, like the French one at Drancy, and this was Malines. My parents were in the same convoy, as were my elder brother and my wife, who was pregnant. And on the night of the 19th of September, a convoy was set up. And there were 2 different parts to this convoy. One part was wearing the letter B with a number, they were the Belgians. And the other part wore an A number, they were the foreigners, Ausländer. There were 1,450 people in the train.
The SS patrol the platforms, checking and rechecking their consignments of men, women and children. They are indifferent to the tears and screams of even their youngest victims. Everything is in order. The train can leave. Proud of themselves, they climb into their specially reserved carriages.